Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to read you Rosebud. This is our last story, our fourth story for our Lesson 20 Decodable Reader Book. This is the Unit 4 Journeys Decodable Reader Book, and we are on page 155. The name of this story is Rosebud, and Rosebud is actually not a person. Rosebud is not an animal. Rosebud is the name of this sailboat. If you know somebody that has a boat, they have probably named it. And if you grow up and you buy a boat, then you can go ahead and name it. So I'll read it to you, and then we'll read it together after we look at some compound words that are in it. Ready? Rosebud. And I'll read it to you. My mother had a big white boat. Mom's big white boat was an old sailboat. Mom let me name it. Oh, she's little. She got to name it. I chose Rosebud. Mom got red paint and paintbrushes. We painted that name on the boat. I painted a red rosebud. So the mom knows how to spell, so she's going to write rosebud on it, which you can barely see right there. And then she's going to draw the flower, the rose. Mom and I went sailing. We sailed in the daytime. On nice days, we set sail at sunrise. So sunrise is when the sun is just coming up in the morning. Sometimes we sailed all day long. If it rained, we stayed inside the boat. We played games. We read. But sailing was more fun than being inside. Okay, so if it rains, they don't want to be out there. I guess they want to stay dry inside of the sailboat and play games and with toys. Oh, now it's not raining anymore. When the sun peeked out, you see it peeking out from behind the cloud? When the sun peeked out, we'd go up and sit topside. That means on top of the boat. The sailboat rocked, and we sang songs. We sang, row, row, row your boat. Do you guys know that song? One time, we went on a long trip. We sailed and sailed. It was sunset, but it was not bedtime yet. Okay, sunset is when the sun's going down, you see? It's starting to go down. It's halfway up and halfway down. The sun's rays spread. And I colored this word yellow so to signal that this EA makes the short sound of E. Spread. The sun's rays spread. It doesn't say spread. It says spread. The sea, now that EA says long E. The sea glowed yellow and red. Okay, so let's look at this sea. Ooh, it is glowing. It has red and yellow on it because it's reflecting the sun's rays, like sort of like a mirror. The sun had set. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to read this. Then no more rays. The sun had set. So when it went all the way down and there weren't any more yellow and red, I guess, reflections on the water, that's when it had set all the way down. It was time to head to bed, and I colored that yellow to remind you that sometimes EA makes the short E sound. Head. It was time to head to bed. It was bedtime on Rosebud. So they're going to sleep there. When you sleep on a boat, you have to like drop your anchor there so that won't float away. End up on some, out where you're lost. Okay, so we're going to read a whole bunch of, there's like 10 compound words in this story. So let's go ahead and practice reading them right now. Ready? Remember, compound words are two little words squashed together to make one word. So I will say the two little words, and you say the whole compound word. Sail, boat, sailboat. Did you get it before I did? Did you read it before I read it? Rose, bud, rosebud. Paint, brushes, paintbrushes. Rose, bud, rosebud. Day, time, daytime. Sun, rise, sunrise. Sometimes, sometimes. Are you reading them before I do? Inside, inside. Top, side, topside. Sunset, sunset. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice those words in our story. Let's see how many you know today. You're always learning. Kids who practice, they learn to read. The kids who don't practice, unfortunately, it's not a skill you can learn without practicing. So I'm glad you're here practicing. Let's put your finger right where mine is and let's practice reading. Oh, wait, that's not the right one. That's the one we did yesterday. Okay, ready? Read. Rosebud. My mother had a big white boat. Mom's big white boat was an old sailboat. Mom let me name it. I chose Rosebud. Mom got red paint and paint brushes. We painted that name on the boat. I painted a red rosebud. Mom and I went sailing. We sailed in the daytime. On nice days, we set sail at sunrise. Sometimes we sailed all day long. If it rained, we stayed inside the boat. We played games. We read. But sailing was more fun than being inside. When the sun peeked out, we'd go up and sit topside. The sailboat rocked and we sang songs. We sang, "Row, row, row your boat." These are such pretty pictures. One time We went on a long trip. We sailed and sailed. It was sunset, but it was not bedtime yet. The sun's rays spread. The sea glowed yellow and red. Then no more rays. The sun had set. It was time to head to bed. It was bedtime on Rosebud. Well, I enjoyed reading that story with you. You can go read it 2 more times for fluency in the link right underneath this one in the Google Classroom classwork section. And I'll see you later.